Hello and welcome to Anxious at Bedtime. I'm one of your hosts, Cash.
And I'm Monica.
Yeah, I'm Cash, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, I am too, but
Oh yeah, but you're not. It's different. Just different.
thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah, thank you. And welcome back to another wonderful rendition of Anxious at Bedtime.
We're probably fine. Whew, it's been a minute since we talked.
Not me and you. We talk constantly.
Well, that's true. I mean, since we recorded.
Oh yeah.
Um, I did it.
Before
I
it's
did the
been a
fucking
while.
thing.
It's been a while since we talked for other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
Okay.
But I did the fucking thing, and I apologized for being a crazy schedule and said, but don't worry, we're about to fix it. And then we had to miss an episode, just like every other fucking time I comment on it.
Yeah. You know.
I should have known better.
You just don't. You know. I don't know. Maybe we just.
Stop saying it, yeah.
Yeah, we stopped saying it. We don't say it no more.
Oh, yeah, that's my plan. So basically, we're done apologizing for having a crazy schedule. We will try to get better at some point. You'll just notice when we do. We're not going to announce it.
No, we won't know. We'll just do it.
Moving on, then, we
All
have
right.
a bunch of new stuff to talk about.
Oh, what do you got new? Hell yeah.
Well,
Light it up.
let me see. So we just started watching the train wreck episode that's about storming Area 51. And we, Cash mostly, had this weird theory. Again, a little disclaimer, our conspiracy theories are purely for joy.
They are for entertainment purposes only, not educational purposes. They are for entertainment purposes only.
It's mostly just us shooting the shit and talking.
In case you've never really had an organic conversation with me, I'm an idea man. I have a lot of ideas. Most of them are not great, but I have them. Tons of them.
But so we didn't realize that the storming Area 51 thing happened in 2019.
Yeah, I didn't realize the year. Like, I kind of forgot that.
Yeah, I thought it was in 2020.
I thought it was 2020 as well.
But
So, yeah, that made me question, like, that's weird that a ton of people, millions, decided to go storm Area 51 in September of 2019. And then shortly after, I think October was the first documented case of COVID ever. And then it got worse where they had the bigger outbreak in December. And then it just got worse and worse as things progressed. So, you think maybe, they stormed Area 51 and the U.S. government decided to say, hey, fucking put out a worldwide disease. We got to move all our shit out of that base.
yeah,
They're
I think
coming.
we were punished.
And yeah, they shut down the country so they had time and, they had space.
freeway.
Nobody was out so that they could move all their alien shit. 'Cause I remember seeing a bunch of videos back then where people were like taking videos as they were driving down freeways while they were trying to go in between towns, like especially moving, and they would see a bunch of different government vehicles and they were transporting semis full of a bunch of different covered things
I do remember
and
those actually.
weird shaped shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't that odd?
yeah.
So, I mean, I never really thought about it before, but you put two and two together sometimes, side by side, it's 22.
Anyway, again, this is kind of just us being silly, but we did think that was a little bit
Kind of.
weird looking back,
Just kind of this time.
Yeah. And then, good gravy, have we had some weird hauntings?
Sure.
Yeah.
Happenings.
First of all, the one that really freaked me out, you might have seen us, we made a TikTok on it as it happened. We were listening to one of our favorite podcasts, Two Girls, One Ghost.
Yeah, we were.
And I had my phone connected to a speaker through Bluetooth, and the speaker randomly disconnected from my phone in the middle of the episode and connected to Cash's phone and started playing a video that was on Cash's phone, but Cash's Bluetooth was not on.
Nope. No Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi. I wasn't connected to nothing. I just had regular data, and it for some reason started playing on this our wireless speaker, and it's never done that before
Yeah.
or since.
And part of what was really weird about that, when it switched, it did like a TV static sound at first, and
It
then
sure
it started
did.
playing. Yeah. So that was really freaking weird. And then, so we took note. We were like, that was super weird. But we continued listening to the episode. And the two hosts on there, Corinne and Sabrina, were talking about how this might be a more haunted episode than usual for them because they are,
Oh yeah, that shit was weird.
yeah, they are known as America's Most Haunted Podcast because a lot of listeners report weird things happening while listening to their podcast or shortly after listening to one of their episodes. So they did this little like warning that, hey, this one might be really haunted, because one of the hosts, Corinne, she did all the research for the episode. They went to record the episode. Everything was deleted. Every single thing was gone. So she had to completely redo all of her research. And then on top of that, all of her research was on, oh, I can't remember the name right now, but it was this super haunted museum, I think in Ohio, where like just a bunch of creepy stuff happens.
The weirdest part for me was the fact that it happened to us right when it was discussing that shit.
Yeah.
That second time was right when they were like, oh, just wanted to apologize for anything weird that happens. You know, we're going through a haunting. And then we went through one right at that same time. It was weird.
It was so weird.
Synchronicities.
And then a few seconds later, the episode paused again and we just gave up. We're like, we're not meant to listen to this episode right now. This is weird.
So, I mean, for right now, we're haunted as well. Twins.
Twinning. Yeah, I don't know. That was super weird. And then the whole thing with the TV remote.
What thing?
You told me you were sitting there watching TV. Or no, you were sitting in the living room and the TV turned itself on and turned on the Roku channel.
Yeah, the other morning, dude, I was sitting there just hanging out by myself, my lonesome, like I do a lot of the time. And the TV remote was on the table. It was like a good 4 foot away from me. I'm just chilling, watching some TikToks, and the TV turned on. And I'm like, that's weird. Doesn't really happen ever, but, you know, not my business. I'm doing my thing. So I keep scrolling, and all of a sudden I hear a voice, and I look up, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And it's playing like
The Great British Baking Show.
The Great British Baking Show. I was like, on the Roku channel. I was like, what the hell? No, I don't watch this. And I turned it off. Like, I pressed the home button on my TV, and then I turned off my TV. And a couple seconds later, I heard a voice, and I looked up, and it's back. I was like, what the fuck? Dude? No. All right, well, it's staying on now, but I pressed home again.
And I found it in our watch history on the Roku channel. Like, it's still there.
And I've never watched that. I've never even watched the Roku channel.
Yeah, it's only like 2 minutes into the first episode, but it cracked me up so bad.
I forgot to tell you, but well, I suppose I didn't forget. I was saving something to tell you.
Oh.
So, on occasions, I have to travel for work, as you know, and you know about my trip the other day where I had to go out of town. I forgot. Again, I did not forget. I neglected to tell you intentionally. On the drive back, I don't know if it's common and if it's like a seasonal thing, but there was a shit ton of big black bug-looking things shooting all across the road.
Oh.
Back and forth, and I couldn't figure it out. Like as I was driving, so I was going pretty quickly, so I couldn't figure out what the fuck are these things bouncing around. Like it looked like pieces of the road shooting off, and then there's pieces that these big black figures on the road that weren't moving. So I was like, how come some are moving? How come some are not? So I pulled off to the side, and I kid you not, these were like fucking 3-inch long black grasshoppers, and there was thousands of them.
I kind of want to go see them now. What are you doing this weekend?
Apparently driving in rural, remote, desolate northern Nevada somewhere to try and find these bugs again.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to fucking stop. Like I pulled off the side of the road.
I would've.
I did. I pulled off the side of the road and I had to stop. I didn't even roll down the window. I didn't want something jumping in.
Yeah.
I opened the door because I'm dumber, you know, it's close to the ground in case it jumped in. But as soon as I saw one of those things fucking move, when I opened that door, I was like, hell no, brother. And I closed that shit because those things were massive.
Oh.
And I don't know why they were there.
Yeah,
Migration maybe, or you know, what does a locust look like for real? I should have looked this up. Well, it could have been a locust, yeah. I was pretty sure they were the same fucking thing.
I thought they were a lot smaller though.
I don't know. I'm gonna see if there's black locusts. Well, that was terrifying. Initially, when I Googled it, I just typed black locust size, and that's the name of a tree as well. So it said 40 to 70 feet, and then 25 to 30 feet wide. And I said, no, I would have fucking lost it. I definitely would not have seen August. I would not have made it home. I would have hit like, I told you there was thousands. I would have hit so many of those. No, only one. 25 to 35 foot wide. No, one. I would have hit
buzz.
One. Anyways.
Goodness.
Yeah, there's black locusts.
But there's also black grasshoppers. Google that.
Males can be up to 2 inches and females can grow up to like 3 inches. But why was there so fucking many? Either way, it was weird to me.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I am pretty new to remote and desolate areas too, so.
Well, I'm not, and I've never seen anything like that. So I don't know.
It is weird. It was trippy. I thought I was about to be invaded.
But I think that's all the stories that we had.
Oh, no, not me. You know how I like tinfoil hat conspiracies. So there's a really good one going around right now that I really love. Yeah, they're talking about there may be a time traveler going around, really just affecting a lot of things that happen and that have happened. So some time ago, like a year or 2 years ago, there was a video that circulated all around the internet of some guy that was caught on a Ring camera that was a time traveler popping out of somebody's shed. Um, so in the video, you watch like a 20-something-year-old dude walk into a shed, and then a couple minutes later or a while later, he comes out and he's like 40 years older,
Hmm.
and he has the exact same facial constructs and everything, and then he's never seen or heard from again. Nobody really knew who he was. So people are thinking that maybe, there is an actual time traveler that's affecting things because there's a lot of timeline shifts and a lot of Mandela effects that are popping up. JoJo Siwa is now straight and has a kid. Like, there's a lot of weird shit happening.
That's fair.
And then, pretty sure Bob Barker died twice. So
What do you mean?
I've heard about his death at least twice that was confirmed in my lifetime.
Oh,
That's not a Mandela effect. I've heard about it twice, guarantee.
that's weird.
But that's all I had. So let's get into it, baby. What are we doing today?
Okay. So today we're just doing some more stories.
Ooh, I do like story time.
Yeah. These are stories brought to you by ChatGPT, and all of them have a Summerween theme.
Story time.
Yeah.
There once was a ghost that had some. I don't know. I didn't make these. I didn't read them either.
Yeah, I haven't read them all yet. But I figure, it'd be fun. A little Summerween now that summer is like over. We can officially get
we
down.
still got all of August.
No, August
If it
doesn't
shows.
count. August is fall. Okay, the first one is called The Last Float. The first thing they noticed was the silence. It wasn't the gentle quiet of a beach morning or the lazy hush of a hazy summer afternoon. It was a heavy, unnatural silence, like the world had stopped breathing. Monica shifted on the inflatable unicorn. Apparently we're in this one. Its shimmering plastic body squeaking beneath her. She looked around. The fog had rolled in quickly, too quickly. It had swallowed the coastline and the sky, blurring the boundary between sea and air until everything was the same washed-out shade of gray. "Guys," she called, "I can't see the shore anymore." Cash, half asleep on the flamingo beside her,
Yeah, I was.
opened one eye and said,
What?
"The shore," she repeated. "Gone." Chris, who had been trailing behind on a watermelon-shaped inner tube, sat straight up. "What do you mean gone? We were like 50 yards out." They had paddled out for their annual Summerween float party, a tradition born out of equal parts nostalgia and defiance. Every July 31st, a group of longtime friends, and scattered across the country, returned to Driftwood Cove, the sleepy beach town where they'd once gotten drunk on Boone's farm and urban legends. Summerween had always been their thing. Costumes, candy, bonfires, cheap beer, and dumb floaties. They'd celebrated it for 15 years, but this year felt different. The cove was quieter than usual. The beach shop where they always bought firewood was boarded up, and no one else had been in the water when they launched their floats. No one at all.
Not
yeah,
even.
right. We would be celebrating like we have it all to ourselves.
I'd be so fucking excited.
Yeah.
Own private cove.
Mm-hmm. Cash sat up fully now, scanning the fog.
We must have drifted further than I thought.
Chris squinted. "Is that music?" They all went still.
He squinted to hear it? Nah, fucker.
Yeah. Beneath the... I can't hear you. I have a towel on.
You're gonna have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
Oh, that's it. Beneath the dense fog, they could hear a faint, tinny melody. Something old and warped, like it was playing from a waterlogged cassette tape.
I was gonna say waterlogged piano.
Oh.
Huh.
It sounded like an ice cream truck lullaby.
We just
Slow
heard
to
one of
half
those.
speed. Yeah, that's so weird
That's
because
odd. Synchronicities.
when we first started recording, we had to wait a few minutes because the ice cream truck was going by. Weird.
Weird.
That's not creepy at all, Monica muttered. And that is something I say when he goes by.
And that was how you say it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
Where's Amber?
Cash asked suddenly. Who the fuck is Amber?
Yeah, who the fuck is Amber?
They all turned. Amber's float, a giant inflatable pizza slice, was gone. That's the one you should have had.
What is mine?
Yours is a flamingo, I think?
Oh, yeah, I'm on a flamingo? What the fuck? Well, I probably bought it day of. That's fair.
That
Yeah,
is
we're out of
something you do.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris started paddling, his arms slicing through the eerily calm water. Amber, quit screwing around. The fog thickened. Something cold brushed Monica's ankle under the water.
Was it Amber?
She jerked her leg up onto the unicorn. This is why I don't go in water.
No, that's not why.
What the hell was that? A shadow passed beneath them. Long, slow, serpentine. It's Nessie. That's not part of the story, I'm guessing. It's Nessie. Chris was still calling for Amber when her float suddenly appeared ahead, bobbing gently. Empty. I don't like this, Monica said. Let's go back.
Which way's back?
Cash said. They spun in circles, searching for any sign of the coastline. Nothing. Just endless gray. And then came the whisper. It wasn't in the air. It was in their heads. A low, echoing voice like water swirling down a drain. Stay. Celebrate. You forgot her. Chris went pale. No. Cash looked at him sharply.
What do you mean, no?
I thought I made her up. A rumor. That girl, she drowned here, Summerween night, 10 years ago. Who? Monica asked. Callie Brooks. She went out on a flamingo float after the party.
Fuck, why do I have the flamingo float? Son of a bitch.
Never came back. No one ever found her body. We were drunk and dared her to go further out than anyone else.
Sheesh.
Cash said. I never told anyone, Chris whispered. She was laughing when she disappeared into the fog, just like us. The whisper returned, louder this time, almost angry. You left her behind. Now you will stay too. The water around them rippled. Something began to rise. It wasn't a person, not really. It was the suggestion of one. A shape with long, dripping hair and skin like kelp. Waterlogged eyes opened just beneath the surface. Monica screamed, "Paddle!" They kicked and clawed at the water, but the fog seemed to trap them, folding in tighter. Behind them, Callie's float bobbed gently. Cash's hand brushed the unicorn's handle and froze.
I see something.
A pinpoint of orange, then another and another. Jack-o'-lanterns, lining the water like a path. Monica realized what it was. A float trail. Paper lanterns, jack-o'-lantern shaped, just like the ones they used in the early Summerweens. They lit the way back to the shore. It's her, Monica gasped. She's showing us the way out. Chris looked over his shoulder. The figure had risen higher, its arms just barely reaching toward Amber's abandoned float. She doesn't want revenge, he breathed. She wants to be remembered. They followed the jack-o'-lantern lights. The fog began to thin. When they finally reached the beach, collapsing into wet sand, the floats deflated behind them like dying balloons. They turned around. The fog was gone. So was Amber's float. So was Callie. That night, they lit a single pumpkin and placed it at the edge of the surf. They carved her name into the side. Callie Brooks, 2005, never forgotten. They never held another float party, but every Summerween, Monica leaves a candle by the ocean. And sometimes, if you listen closely, you'll hear the sound of laughter echoing across the cove. But no one's there, not anymore.
So where the fuck's Amber?
I don't know.
They didn't write her name on a fucking log or something?
No, she still disappeared, right?
Yeah, so now she's going to do this shit in a decade? That's rude, guys.
I guess so, yeah.
Very rude. Not very demure, very inconsiderate.
Left it open for a part 2.
Maybe not. It's like it.
Yeah, something.
All right, what do we have next?
Next, we have Camp Hollow Eyes. Oh,
all right.
We're in this one too, apparently.
Oh, shit.
I need to start specifying, don't put us in it.
It's because we like traveling, I suppose.
That's true. Cash was the one who found it. Look, he said.
Oh. I was listening. Look!
He said, grinning wildly as he held up his phone.
We can rent it for almost nothing.
Monica leaned over his shoulder and squinted at the listing. Camp Hollow Eyes. Rustic cabins, a lake, fire pits, no cell service. Why is it so cheap? She asked.
No cell service.
Right?
Uh, the owner died?
Cash said.
Denise is trying to flip it or something, but we can have the whole place to ourselves for Summerween. No neighbors, no noise complaints, and we can bring our own booze.
Our own booze.
Our own booze.
Monica hesitated, but it had been a long year. Everyone was burned out, and the idea of throwing a costume party in the woods, adults only, spooky, boozy, silly, sounded perfect. That does sound so fun right now.
It sounds pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wouldn't want to throw it though, but if somebody else wants to throw it and invite me, I will be there.
Depending on who. Again, remember it said we could have the place all to ourselves, not with a bunch of other random people.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get murdered out there with a bunch of randos.
Chris, Jessa, and Alex arrived late Friday night, dressed like a vampire, a zombie bride, and a chainsaw-wielding maniac in flip-flops. They screamed when they saw the place. Legit wooden cabins with peeling red paint, a cracked basketball court, and a faded sign nailed to a tree that read, "Welcome campers. Remember, no masks in the cabins." Creepy, Jessa laughed. Is that part of the theme? They shrugged it off, built a fire, and popped open drinks. By midnight, the woods echoed with laughter, music, and shouts of "trick or tequila." No one noticed the first strange thing until Monica went into the main lodge to grab more cups.
Leave it to Monica to find those strange things.
Inside, the air was cold. Too cold for July. She flicked on her flashlight and stopped. On the far wall were dozens of framed photos. Old black and white shots of campers. The kids all wore paper masks. Bears, rabbits, clowns, with wide, hollow eyes. Monica stepped closer. Every single one of the masks had holes burned through the eyes, perfectly round, scorched black, like someone had stabbed through them with lit cigarettes. A chill raced down her spine. She backed out of the lodge and ran to the fire. But no one was there. Only the fire crackled. "Cash?" she called. Silence. And then a rustling behind her. She turned. 5 figures stood just beyond the firelight, all wearing paper masks with dark, hollow eyes. The masks looked old and familiar. "Guys," she whispered. One of them stepped forward. The vampire cloak. "Chris?" But he didn't say anything. "Okay, very funny," she said, trying to keep her voice steady. "You got me. Real spooky." Another stepped forward. Now she could see the eyes. Not holes, just voids. No light reflected back. And then the masks began to change. The paper grew damp, soggy, fusing to skin. The vampire fangs sagged. The bride's veil crumbled like cobwebs. The chainsaw wielder's rubber blade wilted. Monica stumbled backward and fell into the dirt. Suddenly, the lodge light flickered behind her. She bolted inside and slammed the door. Footsteps outside. She fumbled through the photos again, desperate for answers. A faded newspaper clipping was tucked into one of the frames. Tragedy at Camp Hollow A's 1973 mask ban follows fatal fire. A Summerween celebration at Camp Hollow A's turned deadly when a prank went wrong. Campers wearing homemade paper masks accidentally knocked over lanterns in their cabin. 4 teens perished in the fire. Camp rules were changed to ban masks inside sleeping quarters. The camp closed permanently 2 years later. The door creaked. Monica turned. The 5 figures were inside. They weren't wearing costumes anymore. They were becoming them. Jessa's skin was pale and torn, like burnt paper. Chris had fangs that looked all too real, protruding from a mouth twisted in agony. Alex's hand held a rusted, real blade now, not a toy. And they were crying, silent tears, paper thin, bleeding down their faces. "Remember us," Chris whispered in a voice that wasn't his. "You wore our faces," Jessa said, and forgot. "We never got to finish the party," Alex said, "so now you will." a sixth mask fluttered down from the ceiling rafters, a paper jack-o'-lantern with hollow eyes. It landed in Monica's lap, and before she could scream, it fused to her face. 1 year later, a new listing appears on a niche travel site. Want to get spooky with your squad? Rent out our private woodland camp for an unforgettable Summerween. No kids, no curfew, just fun. Costumes encouraged. At the bottom, in faded gray, please remember, no masks in the cabin. So that one was definitely weirder.
That one was very peculiar.
Yeah.
Do you think that there was lead in the walls and that's really what happened? So Monica was tripping on lead poisoning and hallucinating those things?
Yeah. I think she went to go get some more cups, maybe tripped, fell, accidentally licked some lead paint. And...
CTE?
Oh.
Concussions.
Maybe, yeah.
All right, up next.
The next one is called The Melting Man.
Roanoke was melting. It wasn't a metaphor, not a vibe. The pavement bubbled like tar. Air shimmered like cellophane. The local radio station started referring to the heat wave as the baconing. Funny. Until the power grid failed. The town canceled 4th of July and postponed Summerween. Again. No parties, no trick-or-treat, no drink crawls, no porch pumpkins with sunglasses and margaritas. The city begged everyone to stay indoors. But people were cracking. Cash.
Oh.
This is not likely. Cash stood shirtless in front of a half-melted fan in the living room, drinking a can of warm Diet Coke like it was a lifeline. If I don't get out of this house, I'm going to chew through the walls like a sweaty little possum.
What? Do possums chew through walls?
I thought it was talking about, like, I was going to chew through a possum. Like, that's the way I took it. I was like, people chew through fucking sweaty possums? What?
Ew.
What the hell's going on here? But I'm moving forward, baby.
Okay.
We got to get this story. We got to see what happens here. It's hot. This is a hot story.
A hot story.
Monica pressed her forehead to the freezer door. This isn't even hate. This is hell's wet mouth.
No, keep that. I like it.
So we go out. She blinked at him. Go where? He grinned. Urban legend hunting.
Ooh.
Everyone in Roanoke had heard of the Melting Man. Depending on who you asked, he was either a ghost, a golem made of candle wax, or a guy who got locked in a tanning bed in 1979 and never escaped. Who knows? Legend said he appeared during the hottest nights of the year, dripping like a soft serve, lurking near melted plastic, lawn decor, and air conditioners on the brink.
So it's just me during the summer.
You're joking, Monica said. Come on, Cash said, already putting on sandals. He's our Summerween cryptid, and it's his season, so let's go find the goo guy. They started downtown. The streetlights flickered in the heat. A few locals roamed aimlessly, dazed by the temperature and boredom. They passed a half-deflated inflatable skeleton holding a beach ball. Its eyes were burned clean off. Monica paused. That's new! Cash shrugged. Probably popped in the sun. But she had the weirdest feeling, like the skeleton was watching her, or had been. At the next block, they saw the first puddle. Thick, white, sticky.
Ew.
Not water, not gum, just goo. And beside it, a footprint, barefoot, deep. Then, another. They followed the trail behind a gas station, where a pile of air fresheners had melted into a rainbow-colored stew. The scent of artificial watermelon hit them like a slap. Cash laughed. If we die here, make my gravestone say, murdered by Jolly Rancher Fog. Shush, Monica said. Do you hear that? A squelch. I presume that's the noise she heard, not her voice that I'm doing. But that's a squelch as well. Something wet, slow, breathing. Then, from behind the dumpster, a shape unfolded. It was a man, or something that looked like one, translucent, vicious, like hot wax poured onto a human mold and left out in the sun. No eyes, just bubbling sockets, a nose melting inward, and hands that dripped. He reached up toward them and let out a sound like boiling syrup. Not realistic, but Cash screamed. Monica grabbed his wrist and ran. Back at the house, they locked the door and shoved a dresser in front of it, but the heat had followed them. The walls felt alive. He touched me, Cash said, staring at his arm. Just brushed me, but it burns. Monica grabbed a towel and wiped the spot. His skin beneath was already blistering. That's not a ghost, she whispered. That's a curse. Cash was shaking. I thought he was a joke, a mascot. What if that's the problem? She asked. We made him out of memes and stories and jokes. We summoned him. Why do you sound like Mickey Mouse? I have no idea. By mocking Summerween, they looked around. Decorations from past years still sat in boxes. Jack-o'-lantern sunglasses, skeleton pool floaties, candy corn flip-flops, everything. We used to love this, Monica said softly. We used to care. Now, we just scroll and sweat and laugh at the weird guy on TikTok who melts. Maybe he hates that. They worked quickly. Paper bats taped to the windows, a playlist of Halloween classics, pumpkin-scented candles, costumes pulled from the storage. Monica donned a pirate hat. Cash threw on a skeleton tee. At exactly 11:59 p.m., they opened the front door. And there he stood, the melting man, leaking onto their welcome mat.
Ew.
Drip, drip. But when he saw the decorations, smelled the cinnamon, heard the monster mash, he paused. The drip slowed. He looked up and smiled. His waxy foam solidified slightly. The puddle beneath him cooled just a little bit. Then he turned and walked into the night. The next morning, the heat broke. People said it was a freak shift in the weather, but Cash and Monica, they knew better. They spent every Summerween after that decorating early. They threw small parties, handed out candy to whoever would take it, and paid tribute. And every July 31st at midnight, they leave out a candle by the mailbox, just in case.
I love that. So a cryptid that forces you to celebrate Summerween.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my reading, but yeah, it was all right.
I did love that too. Good job. That was Kash's first reading on this podcast.
Only second time reading it in real life ever.
Okay.
Not too bad. And after Monica edits it all together and makes it legible, it's going to be pretty neat. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that was a fun story. I like that. That's an amazing idea for a cryptid. Not the melting
guy?
man. Yeah, he sounds gross. But a cryptid that forces you to celebrate. It's kind of like Santa, huh? Like the opposite of Santa.
I was going to say that's kind of Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you don't believe in him, you don't get presents from him. So that kind of forces your hand.
And if you're like going by all of the stuff in, what's it called? The Year Without a Santa Claus? No, not that one. Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
You know every single damn Christmas movie I saw.
But no, it's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. If you go off that one, you have to hang your stockings so that he can hide your presents in there. And you have to, I don't remember all of things. But, you have to, like, do things for Santa to come, right?
Otherwise, you get Krampus.
Yeah, or Cole.
Krampus is a better rendition, though.
But that's fun. Santa Claus is kind of a cryptid that forces you to celebrate.
Yeah. And then they made a different cryptid of Krampus, but,
Yeah. We'll dive into that more come December.
Allegedly.
Okay, story number 4 is called Glowstick Hollow. Everyone who went to Glowstick Hollow knew the rules. Number 1, stay inside.
You don't talk about Glowstick Hollow.
Stay inside the circle. Number 2, don't take your glow sticks off. Number 3, leave before sunrise. That's weird. Oh, simple, weird, and part of the mystique.
Ta-da!
No one knew who started the annual underground Summerween rave deep in the woods outside Asheville, but every year the location dropped at the last minute.
I bet it was the same guy that launched the Storm Area 51. That Matt guy.
Maybe. Coordinates sent through burner group chats and whispered through vape clouds at coffee shops.
Yep. Sure was. He was just shit posting and all of a sudden this started popping off. Good for you.
Yeah. Monica hadn't been to a festival in years.
Or ever.
But when Chris texted her, wow, chat did not come up with extra names for this one, did she?
No, she has 4. 5, actually.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget Amber, like we did in that story.
Who was the other one before that? Because that would have
Callie.
still only be 4. Callie was the 5th.
Yeah. But when Chris texted her the coordinates in a voice memo that just said, "I need one last dance before I grow up forever," she said yes.
To the dress?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, we'll see.
By the time she and her husband Cash hiked through the mossy trees to the clearing, the party had already started. Dozens of adults, covered in neon paint and string lights, swayed around a bonfire. Lasers sliced through branches. Bass bumped beneath the earth like a second heartbeat. And above them, the trees leaned in like curious giants. They were inside a perfect circle of torches. Monica raised an eyebrow. Creepy, but cool. Cash handed her a bundle of glow sticks. Better wear all of them.
Fuck yeah, get mine. Get it, girl, get it.
I can't hold that the whole time.
Oh, yes, you can. You
thought
have to now.
You want me to try?
Oh, you got
Oh
to
my god,
now.
our listeners are going to hate us this episode.
That's not true.
Better wear all of them. Old rave tradition or whatever. You're part bear, part like Sam Elliott. I don't know.
Not that.
The light was cold and steady. Chris greeted them near the DJ booth. His pupils were saucers. Oh.
That guy's on something.
You made it. Isn't it beautiful? Very midsummer after dark, Monica said. Is that how you say it?
Midsummer? No.
No, I think it's Somar.
I think so.
Okay. If it's not, don't at me. I've never heard anyone actually like say it out loud. Monica said, sipping from her hydro flask of rosé. I would never. But I like it.
You want to add a rosé to your hydro flask?
Not rosé. Like a Moscato?
Oh, yeah. You didn't like the rosé very much. That's true.
I'm not a rosé gal.
Stella Rose.
Stella Rosa? Yeah, that's my wine. But, well, I haven't tried the rosé. Anyway, this isn't an ad.
Yeah. Could be if you pay us.
Monica said, but I like it. He leaned in. Who's he? Hold on. Now I've lost. Oh, it's Chris. Okay. Chris leaned in.
Not to my wife.
Seriously, though, don't leave the circle. Even if you think you're still in it. She frowned. What does that mean? He just danced away. By 1 a.m., the party pulsed like a living thing. Someone in a goat mask handed out candy from a plastic cauldron. People hula hooped in werewolf ears. An older couple slow danced in matching Dracula capes. That would really be us. Slow dancing in the corner in a matching outfit. What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Oh, I was just going to say, that doesn't sound like us at all. Dancing. We can dance if we want to, and I don't really want to, you know?
If I had my way, would dance a lot more. That was really weird. The microphone just pulled my hair.
Your
I don't know
phone?
if you saw that. No, the microphone
Oh,
pulled my bangs out.
I did not see that.
Yeah. The air smelled like sage and sweat and something sweet beneath it all, like overripe fruit left in the sun.
Ew.
And that's when the music stuttered.
It was the rosé.
The beat dropped,
Ta-dum.
then twisted. The lights dimmed, and one of the torches went out. People paused. The DJ glanced up, confused. Still with me, hollowheads? The crowd cheered.
No, that's terrible.
Then another torch went out. And a scream laugh, not from any person, echoed through the trees.
No.
People looked around, uneasy. Cash leaned in. Was that part of the show? My microphone... I'm sure that makes no sense to anyone listening, if I even leave that in. But my microphone keeps, like, pulling out my bangs from behind my ear. I don't know why. That's weird.
Her face is, like, 6 inches away from the microphone. That's why it's peculiar.
Yeah. Yeah, Cash asked, is that part of the show? Monica's glow stick necklace flickered. And then she saw them. Figures, just beyond the torchlight. Tall, thin, rooted and yet twitching, like trees trying to walk. Glowing eyes blinked in unnatural places. Knees, shoulders, chests. Mouths too wide, fingers too long. They stepped closer, silent, observing. A guy in a neon shark costume screamed, dropped his drink, and ran past the last torch, out of the circle.
Ooh.
The moment he crossed the line,
Dead.
the trees swallowed him. No sound, just gone. Monica gasped, Did you see that? The crowd erupted. Panic. People screamed, tripped over cords, ripped off glow sticks, stomped out torches, and the watchers stepped forward. Monica and Cash huddled near Chris, who was muttering something over and over. Gotta fix the circle, gotta fix the circle, gotta fix the circle. How? Monica asked, heart racing.
Is it salt?
Yes. Chris pointed to the fallen torches. Salt and fire. They hate salt and fire. Glow sticks are just warning lights. You want to live? Light it up. Monica grabbed the emergency flares from the DJ's table and started relighting torches while Cash poured table salt in a shaky ring. They worked fast as the shadows moved in. At one point, Monica glanced up and saw a woman she didn't recognize standing inside the circle. Tall, pale, wearing nothing but moss and teeth. Ew.
She was wearing moss and teeth?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
She grinned. With all of her teeth?
No gums. She was wearing her teeth. You heard them.
Then mimicked Monica's voice perfectly. Cash, I'm over here. Monica's blood went cold. Don't listen to it. Cash froze mid-pour. The creature flickered, then melted back into the woods like water slipping through bark. This is why we have a code word. If I don't say the code word, you don't come running. If
That's
one
fair.
of me is like, come here, and the other one's like, no, don't.
Be like, what's code word?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
By 4 a.m., only 6 people were left. Monica, Cash, Chris, and 3 others they didn't know by name. The fire was almost out. The watchers hadn't crossed the new circle yet, but they pressed in, closer and hungrier. What happens at sunrise? Monica whispered. No one knows, Chris said. No one's ever made it to sunrise. The ones who stay, stay forever. The DJ had vanished. The couple in Dracula capes, gone. Where do they go? Cash asked. Oh, where do they go? Cash asked.
Hold on, weren't we the ones in Dracula capes? Where do we go? I asked.
Chris just shook his head. At 5:58 a.m., the sky turned lavender. The watchers hissed. One by one, they sank back into the trees. Monica watched them fade. Like shadows peeled from the world. The torches died out, the music stopped, and the silence left behind was worse. The survivors hiked back out, exhausted, haunted, glowing faintly in the morning light. They didn't talk, they didn't take selfies, and no one said the word rave.
Ever again.
But months later, in a Reddit thread called Weirdest Summerween You've Ever Had, someone posted, Ever been to Glowstick Hollow? You'll know if you have, if you still remember it at all. The end.
Hashtag broken circle.
Yeah. So what I'm gathering from these stories, I think chat is trying to tell us that we need to celebrate Summerween by decorating, but we do not need to be going to any Summerween parties.
Yeah, what it's telling me is we need to keep up to our regular routines of not,
Don't leave the
entertaining
house.
others.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, don't go to parties and stuff, which, we don't really, so.
I haven't. I try not to anymore, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. So I think we'll be good, but, y'all listening, take note.
At least decorate for Summerween.
Decorate
That's
for Summerween.
Bare minimum.
Don't go to Summerween parties.
Unless you want to. It's none of my business. The decoration part, though, I highly recommend.
Yeah. But if you do go to a Summerween party and something weird happens.
Oh, yes. Especially if you come across that melting dude that I talked about.
The melting man, the melting man.
Melting man, the melting man. I can melt everything, man. That's all he's got.
If you do, email us your story or any other paranormal experience that you have had
At anxiousatbedtimepodcast@gmail.com.
Yes. You can find us on social media.
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads.
Uh-huh.
All Anxious at Bedtime podcast.
Yep. If there's anything that you want us to cover, DM us, email us, whatever. I'm trying to get a running list going of things that I want to cover this year. And I have like 5 topics. So
And most of those have to do with me.
no.
Okay, good. I'm not a cryptid.
No. But yeah, I know there's so much stuff out there. It's just hard for me to pick stuff. But thank you for joining us.
The world can be a scary place when there's a bunch of made up bullshit about a bunch of parties you're not even supposed to. I'm not going to parties. And that way, I'm probably fine.
We're probably fine.
Oh, we're probably fine.
Sleep tight.
Good night. Sleep tight.